Hello and welcome to Further Together, Enriching Relationships, Creating a Better Future. Your friends here, Kudzi and Priscilla from Further Together.
That's right. We are here again on yet another episode on Further Together to enrich relationships. That is what our passion and our heart is for, to make sure that our marriages get better and get richer as the days go.
Yes, here we discuss issues in line with marriage relationships, and we go way outside the limit. Sometimes we go above board. We discuss those issues that people do not normally discuss about. Our main focus is to enrich marriages, to enrich relationships, and time and again we are ever bringing guests. All a new topic.
That's right, guys. And tonight's gonna be a good night. You know what? We've shared this topic tonight, and we were getting loads of feedback. People were like, "This is my topic. This is what I've been waiting for." A lot of us have been waiting to come and hear those tips on finding a life partner. So, guys, do bring on your friends, do tag them on, let them come and let them be blessed. We've got a mighty and a powerful woman of God who is in ministry, who will come and share with us tonight. So do make sure you share this broadcast. And if you've got any questions, tonight will be the night to ask.
That's very true. Finding a life partner is one of the things that can be very difficult, if, especially this time and age. There's social interaction is very much reduced, and there are a number of factors that have made it to be so difficult to find a life partner, especially if you are in a ministry where probably the vast majority there will be people of the same gender with you. It can be a hassle, it can be a challenge, as well as age is one contributing factor. So we have invited Coach Pam, who is here to speak to you, giving the tips of finding a life partner.
Yes, guys, it is a challenge. We have many people that are like, do you know what? I've been trying to find someone who I feel is the one for me, but many times they just end up falling in the wrong hands. And sometimes they are wondering, how come if I've been abused before, I find myself falling in the wrong hands again? So how can I make the right choices? How can I find the one? How can I find the right man or the right woman that will walk the journey of life together with me? Because it's about feathering together, not growing apart. So this is a topic that is really crucial. Let us come and let us learn and find the one for you.
She is a life coach and also the founder of...
She's the founder of Dating and Marriages in God's Way. So we're going to bring Coach Pam, who specializes in love and relationships, to come and share with us tonight. Good evening, Pam.
Good evening. How are you guys? How are you, everybody?
Yeah, good evening. It's good to have you, and welcome. How is the United States of America?
Thank you so much for having me. The United States is good. The weather is getting better in our state. We are in the springtime, not too cold, not too hot, so it's just perfect.
Yes.
Not like in the UK. We are experiencing all seasons at the moment.
Really?
Sometimes it's raining, it's cold, it's sunny at the same time.
Oh
But
my
we
goodness.
thank God. We thank God.
Yes.
Yes, tell us a bit about your ministry, Dating and Marriage, God's Way. Tell us a bit about it before we get straight into the discussion.
Okay, so Dating and Marriage, God's Way came up as my own testimony. I had a testimony that I wanted to share with so many people because I had promised God that if God blessed me with a good marriage, a good partner, I would also use that to bless other people. So that's how I came up with the ministry, Dating and Marriage, God's Way. It started as a small group of people just asking me about tips and wanting to hear my story. And then we said, you know what, we are getting bigger. Let's just make it a ministry. So then we opened a group on Facebook and another group on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp one is just for the ladies, where we talk ladies stuff. And then the Facebook one is for both ladies and gentlemen, where we just mingle and talk about everything. And it grew out of the social media. Now that we started, we even have yearly conferences where we do like our annual marriage conference, where we talk, we meet, we have fun, we dance, we do things together as couples and also with singles. So that's how the ministry started. It started very small, but out of my own testimony.
Wow. I want you to tell us a brief about your testimony. It is your testimony that has birthed this vision of dating and marriage in God's way. And right now you're impacting and influencing many relationships. Tell us a bit about your testimony.
Okay. So my testimony, I can say it started when I lost my first husband. I was widowed at a young age. I was about 35 years. So I stayed single for 10 years. And I experienced the pain of being a widow, the pain of being a single mother, and all that stuff. And then I got to a point where I said, God, I want restoration. And I started to pray for my own restoration. And then God blessed me with a good husband, with a good marriage. And I had said to God, just like Hannah, I think you guys know the story of Hannah in the Bible, where she said to God, if you bless me with a son, I'm going to give him back to you. So I made a vow with God that, God, if you bless me with a good marriage, I'm going to give it back to you. I'm going to use it as a testimony to bless others. So that's how I ended up here. When I finally got restored, I said, let me bless others, because many people lose hope in love, especially if you're at a certain age. By the time I remarried, I was 46. Wow. So I wanted to inspire others who were still looking for love and they were feeling like, I'm too old, it's too late, I can't make it. Because sometimes you see even young ones who are like 20 something, they're already giving up on love.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was a way of saying, hey, there is a God who can bless. There is no limit. Age is not even a limit. Nothing is a limit. So go for it. If that's what you want, go for it. And that's how the ministry started.
Yes, there's no limit. Don't limit God. If you're expecting, keep on expecting. Good evening, Angeline Bure. It's good to see you, sis. Thank you so much for joining in, Precious, all the way from Zimbabwe. Pastor Priscilla, thank you so much for joining us. It's good to have you here. People might want to know, how do you start and where do you start? Especially, we have men who are searching and we also have women who are searching. And sometimes you reach a point whereby you feel like, I've exploited everywhere and it's not working. How do you go about it?
The first advice I give anyone who's looking for a life partner is to find yourself first. Before you go around trying to find somebody else, do you know yourself? Do you know who you are? Do you know what you want? What makes you tick? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Do you love yourself? Because if you don't love yourself, then it's going to be very hard to love somebody else. Because many people just want to find a life partner, but they never sit down to really reflect on themselves. How are you inside? Are you hurting? Do you still have pain from maybe past relationships? Are you really healed? Are you grounded? Because you must be a whole person before you can go around trying to find a partner. So the first tip I tell people is to find yourself first. Just hold on. Take it easy. Take your time. Make sure you know yourself. You find yourself. Then you can worry about finding a partner.
Wow, this is absolutely amazing. Find yourself before you find a spouse. And this goes to both men and women.
Yes.
Unless you find yourself, then it can only be difficult in the relationship if you don't find yourself first. So find yourself and then you find a life
the other person. Yes, because you are
is
bringing a whole person in your life to come and live with you, and you're going to join as one person, but you don't know yourself. So it's very hard, because bringing somebody else who grew up in another home with maybe a different culture, a different language, and you want to try to mix with them, it's very hard if you don't know yourself. So first, go on a mission of finding yourself. Yes.
And sometimes what we hear a lot is that people are they're waiting for God to find their spouses. And you're a woman of God, you are a woman in ministry. What can Christians do in terms of saying, God, I am waiting on you to find a spouse for me? So what extent do we let God do the work, and where do us as people come in?
Yes, we cannot let God do everything. We have to do our part too. If you're someone who's looking, if you're someone who's looking for a partner, you have to look the part. You have to take care of yourself. You can't just go out anyhow. Maybe you're looking to find someone at the church or in your job, wherever. Be presentable. Present yourself well. You have to be someone who's like, I'm ready to find my Mrs. Right or Mr. Right today. Take good care of yourself. Be prayerful. Bring it to God in prayer. But don't also be in a hurry. Don't be anxious about it. Because I've seen that people get so anxious, like they can't wait. They want it to happen now. It doesn't work like that. Give God time. Because sometimes if you are in a hurry and you are not paying attention, you end up doing the same mistake over and over again. So don't be anxious. That's one thing I can tell you. God will show you. He will go with you step by step. He will show you gradually. So even if you're depending on God, even if you're praying, but don't be anxious. Don't be in a hurry. Take care of yourself. Take care of your own business. And the man of God will find you. The woman of God will find you. You will find each other. God will make you up. It will just happen.
There is an issue of trust that, some of the people, it's not that they lost their loved ones because of death, but there was betrayal of trust from the previous relationship.
Yes.
So how then can they build trust so that the one woman I'm going to meet is not going to treat me the very same way that I was bruised by the former or by the past two?
Yes, that can be a really big issue, because sometimes we generalize like all men or all women are the same, and that cannot be true. If you have been, mistreated in your last relationship, it doesn't mean that everyone will treat you the same. People are different. So learn to let go, learn to forgive, and learn to move on, because you never know. And, trust issues come as you get to know people. Give them a chance. If you don't give them a chance, if you don't talk to them, how then will you know? So during the talking, that's when you can tell, that's when you can see that this is a different kind of woman. This is a different kind of man. Take your time, get to know them. There are signs and symptoms when you're talking to someone that you can say, this man is kind of different from my previous relationship. This woman is kind of different. There are signs you should look out for. Are they really truthful when they say they are coming to meet you at 6? Are they showing up at 6? Or they don't even show up? If you text them, if you call them, do they answer your phone in time? Do they answer you back in time? All those things. You should just open your eyes and watch, but don't punish everybody else for the things that happened in your past. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
Yes.
This is something that we always say, that don't hold your spouse accountable for the things that happened in the past.
Yes.
Sometimes the things that happened between us and our fathers, we want to hold our spouses
yes, we want to punish our husbands for that.
Of those things. So it is not fair. Just deal with every relationship as it
differently. Yes.
Differently. Absolutely.
Yes.
We've got people that are watching right now, and Vimbi V says, oh yes, patience is key. Do not be anxious. Do not be in a rush.
Yes.
How are you there?
Indeed, when you're in a rush, you end up attracting the wrong people, and you end up going in the same line of circles.
The same cycle,
Yes.
Keep going round and round,
Thank you for joining us on yet another episode on Feather Together. If you are watching right now, please do throw in your tips as well. You know, we know there are people that have been waiting for their life partners. There are some who are already implementing some of these things. So do share so that other people can come along as well in this journey. You never know who's going to read and will be blessed by what you share.
Definitely. We are a community and we believe in working together in collaboration with our viewers. And Coach Palm, you lost your husband, or you were a widow. How then, we have someone watching right now, they might have lost their partners. How did you pick up yourself from bereavement to be the one who is now sitting, searching, throwing away those black clothes and that pity party face, to be the Palm that, well, I'm here. See me.
Yes. It wasn't easy, to be honest with you. It takes a lot of healing. You need to give yourself time to heal. That's the first thing. Do not rush anything. Do not rush to go into a relationship. Because most of the time, what I've noticed, when people lose a partner, whether it's through death or through divorce or through separation, they want to quickly try to replace that person. They want to quickly try to find healing using another human being. They are not loving them for them. They just want comfort. They just want someone to help them heal that wound. And those kind of relationships, I've noticed that they normally don't last. Take time to heal. That's what I did. My case was a little, exceptional, because I waited for 10 years. But you don't have to wait for 10 years. I just waited for 10 years because I felt like the first 5 years, my children were younger. I was trying to resettle. And by that time, I was coming from Zimbabwe, resettling into the United States, trying to send kids to school. And you are like not even thinking about a partner. You are just doing your own thing. But it comes a time when you are like, okay, I have to start thinking about my future. So it's not an easy step, but widows out there, do not feel guilty for moving on, because that's the biggest thing that holds especially women back. For men are so easy to move on. I don't know why. It's so easy for them. Once they lose someone, their partner, maybe a year, 2, 3, they're getting married. Women, we take time. Why? Because we are mothers, we've got kids, we have so much consideration for our children. Women, we usually put kids before ourselves. But I'm saying, do not be shy about it. Come out, talk about it. Be confident. It's not a sin, because even the Bible says, you know what, you are separated by death. Until death do you part. So you are not cheating. Many people are caught up into this thinking that I'm cheating. And the community, our people, they make you feel like you're doing something wrong. So a lot of people live for people. They live for people, because people start to look at you, oh my goodness, she lost her husband. She already has a boyfriend. And it looks like it's taboo, but it's something normal. People have to move on. Once your husband dies, you are free by the law to marry again. So that's what I told myself. I'm not cheating anybody. I loved my husband. I gave him the best love. I did the best for him. Now it's time to move on. He's not coming back. So you have to think like that. Don't overthink about what people will say, because that's the biggest holdback. What will people say? What will my previous husband's family say? They will say that because most of them, they are in their house happy, they've got their spouses, but they want to rule your life and tell you what to do. So you have to be confident. You have to move on, because it's your God-given right. Love is a God-given right. And no one should stop you, especially if you are doing it the right way. When you've been bereaved, you've healed, you feel like you can love again, go for it. Go for it. I'm here to support you. There is nothing wrong about it.
Yes, you are here to support, and we are here to support as well. Our passion is to see many people in marriage, many people loving themselves, loving their wife. Christ loved the church. Life is beautiful when you have someone by your side, who share life's experiences, both the highs and the lows. So it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. I want you to yes, to share with some people who have the idea of, finding Mr. or Mrs. Perfect. He must be perfect. The girl must be perfect.
Fit the mold.
I wish there was someone who's perfect. There is nobody who's perfect in this whole world.
Hallelujah.
Yes, even us, we are not perfect. So for you to want to give someone, a burden that you yourself cannot carry, no, that's not right. You just have to find someone who's compatible with you. Someone who has the same dream, someone who has the same vision, someone that you can plan together, you have the same interests, you can play together. That's more than perfect. You don't have to scrutinize somebody, from top to head to say, oh, they must be this, they must be this. Everybody has their own flaws. We all have our own faults. We just have to make it work. As long as it's someone who's sincere. For me, I prefer somebody who's sincere, who's open, who tells you about their past, even if it's embarrassing, even if it's something that, makes them not want to tell you, but they're still telling you. That kind of person is a genuine person. Those are good signs. There's no one who's perfect. So we cannot even try to talk about being perfect. A trying person, a trying man, a trying woman is a good person. If you see they are making an effort, you are dating them, and even if there's little things that you don't like and you mention it to them and you see them changing, working on it, that's more than a perfect person. So don't worry about finding a perfect person. There is nothing like that.
Yes.
I see Apostle Chikwama came here and say Mr. and Miss Perfect. And he knew that he had made a mistake. We are not perfect yet. But one thing which I've said is Priscilla and I are not perfect, but we are genuine people.
Yes,
so over and again, we push ourselves towards being genuine to each other. And if a relationship has two genuine people, it will definitely work. Of course, it's hard, but it will definitely work. And there's this issue, especially to those who are mature, you probably haven't been married and you are in your 30s or in your 40s, probably 50s, and you're still expecting marriage. But they feel like, you know what, I can't just take somebody. If you are going into a garage, you want to buy an expensive car, this is life. You need to test drive it. How do we deal with such issues? You had a husband and now he's gone and you're getting another man. You might probably need to live with him first for you to know that is he the suitable piece. How do you deal with the issue of test driving?
Well, for me, I'm a super Christian. So I don't know about others, but for me, I just based myself and my life and everything that I wanted in the Word of God.
Amen.
So I was not even going to let anyone test drive me. I said, if they want me, they will want me the way that I am. And they will get the benefits when they finally do the right thing. So this thing about test driving, I know most people want to do it a lot. They want to see if, they're good in bed before they can take them on. I don't think it's a good idea. It's kind of like disrespect to me, if you ask me, because I think we are just enough the way that we are. If they want you, if they love you, they will respect you. They will just like you the way that you are. It's the fear of God that made me wait. The desire to please God to do the right thing. So if you are a God-fearing man, God-fearing woman, you will do the right thing. Test driving doesn't really mean anything because you are a man, you are a woman. We know what we are made of, and patience also is a virtue. It shows you that this person is serious. If they can wait, if they are patient, then it's also another character of them that you are seeing. If they can't wait, they just want you now, they just want to live in, they just want to do this, then you should also worry about that. That is a red flag. Yes, it's a red flag. Yeah.
Wow, guys, I hope you're hearing this for yourselves. Let's watch out for all those red flags Because one thing that we always say is that, imagine you test drive and
Mhm.
then realize, well, this is not the car for me. What are you going to do?
Leave.
Leave it.
Yes.
And go on to the next one. The same way people go in, they're shopping for clothes. They enter a shop and they try it
Yes.
on, and they realize, well, no, this is too tight, this is too big or whatever. They leave it and then they go try another one. So when it comes to marriage, it's not like that. There's
It's
no
not like that. Yes.
testing, trying out clothes and then realize you don't want it and you chuck it away. So, test driving is a no. Why? Because we are obeying the word of God and we do it Christian way. Yes.
Black Artistry.
See you.
It's good that you are here tonight. Thank you so much for joining in.
Yes, absolutely good that you're here. Coach Palm, I want you to throw in more of those tips. You've highlighted quite a few as we are going along, of honesty, transparency, just continue to throw in more tips to find a partner.
Another tip that I found that is very important is you should watch the way the future partner relates with their family. Take a look at their family. How do they relate with their parents, with their siblings? Are they the troublemaker in the family? Do they respect their parents? Do they respect their mom? Because most definitely, if they don't respect their mom, they are not going to respect you. If the girl is mean to your mom, she talks back to your mother, and you are there, you are seeing it, just be careful. Because that shows you the kind of woman that you're going to marry or the kind of man. So look at the family too. Know his or her side of the family and get to interact with them. It will tell you a lot about somebody. So as you are searching for your life partner, get around the family, get to know them better, and you know the things maybe that will save you from a heartbreak.
Yeah. Background check.
Yes. Yeah.
And I just love that so much, because sometimes people get caught up with this idea that, well, it's because his family is bad or their family are not good, they are not treating him right. But really, there is a red flag there if he cannot get along with his family, and he probably gives you excuses of why they're not getting along. It's for you to do proper homework and get to understand why the situation is like that. Get to understand their background. Otherwise, you'll be the next victim.
Yes, so true. And half the time they will be blaming their family, making themselves look like they are innocent, but they are not. So we really have to open our eyes and watch. And I think just watching and praying, like the Bible says, is really important. Because sometimes you just have to open your eyes and just observe. You will see a lot of things. But because sometimes we are so much in love and we use our feelings more. For me, I always encourage people to use the mind more than the feelings. Because feelings, it's just emotions, things that just makes us feel happy at the moment, but we are not even thinking. So half the time, use your mind, use your brain more than your feelings, because you will see so many things that will surprise you. But if you just go with the feelings, you may be lost, caught up in your feelings, and you don't see the important things.
Station.
We call it filling station in Zimbabwe. Yeah.
Yes.
What else? Any other tips that people might, take from what you're giving us tonight?
Yes, I think also anger management. How do they handle their anger? When they get angry, do they like outburst? Do they shout? Do they yell at you whilst you're still dating? Because remember, in dating, someone is at their best behavior. So if you are seeing those signs when you're still dating, and they can almost punch you, they can almost kick you, and you are seeing those things, just know that it will get worse. Because this is the dating period where everybody is supposedly, covering up and behaving well. And if you see these anger signs, be careful that this person may be an abuser, and you will not be happy. They are not going to give you peace.
On that note, Coach Palm,
Yes.
we have mostly women who believe that they will pray him out.
Yes, and change someone.
He will change.
Yeah.
And
fast and pray
I
for
will
him.
fast and pray.
You cannot, try to waste your time trying to change somebody. What you see is what you get. But we just want a relationship. We just want someone. We just want to be seen with someone. We just take what is there and say, okay, I'm going to mold him and he's going to be what I want. But it's not as easy as that. We are not God. Only God can mold people. So usually what you see is what you get. Don't even try to go there. Because sometimes, especially women, we see all the red flags. We see everything. But we still stick around, just hoping they will change. You can't change a big grown man. If they don't want to change by themselves, if they don't respect you enough, then you are probably, getting yourself into deeper troubles. So just leave it like that. Just leave it behind and just move on.
Don't try to teach old dogs new tricks.
New tricks, thank you. So true.
It's a difficult one, and we have seen people crying in their homes. And every time we sit down with couples when they come for a mentorship and they're saying we're having challenges, you ask them, when did this thing start?
When we were dating.
When we were dating, I saw this. No, but
most of the time, yes.
Yeah.
So we have to be wise like serpents, like the Bible says. Be wise, watch and pray. Be looking out for these things. Otherwise, it's really not worth it. I always tell like people in my ministry, like, sometimes it's really worth to be by yourself than go into a relationship where you are being abused like that, where you are not even happy. Because what's the point? Being in a relationship should make you happier.
Yeah, better.
Right?
Wow.
Than you were when you were single. But if it's going to make you not happy, miserable, then what's the point? So sometimes I'll say, if it's really not working, just be by yourself, be single, take time off from the dating thing and get yourself together, because it's not worth it. Yes.
Put yourself together before you get into it, because otherwise you get in and you come more wounded than before. You come more wounded than you were before.
Yes, it's so true. Another point I have also is like, how resourceful are they? Like when you get to know them, is this kind of guy or woman, are they resourceful? Do they talk about the future? Do they talk about saving money? Do they plan ahead? What plans do they have? Do they just want things from you? Like, I know there's a word they call the ladies slay queens. Are they just slay queens who just want expensive things, expensive pocketbook dresses? But when you look at where they live, where they sleep, maybe they sleep on the floor. So you have to look at someone, with a perspective for the future. What are they bringing into your life? How are they going to build you up? Probably they will destroy you. So look at also how resourceful they are and how they handle money. Are they wasteful? And also, are they generous? Are they too stingy? Are they too tight with money? When you go out, do they always expect you to buy something for them? Do they even buy you gifts? So you should look at those things too. It helps you see if this person is a good, is going to be a good life partner.
Wow, this is getting deep. Like we mentioned earlier, if you have your tips that have worked for you, kindly throw them in. Reverend Chikwama, throw those tips in. Pastor Julie, we want to know those tips for finding the one, not finding Mr. or Mrs. Perfect, but finding a man, a woman that you can live with and enjoy life together. Coach Palm mentioned that sometimes it's not worth it to endure and be in pain and cry yourself to sleep. when you have someone close by, you know,
Mhm.
life marriage is to be enjoyed. So
Yes.
throw in the tips. Let us know what is
Mhm.
for you so that other people can be helped as well. I
Mhm.
want you to just share your word of advice. There may be a man or woman who's watching right now and who's saying that I have tried all I think I can, but I keep falling in the wrong
Mm,
hands.
mm,
What
Mhm.
do I do?
yep.
For me, that one, I would just answer it back with prayer.
Hmm.
Have you gone before God with that? Because sometimes you have to dig deeper. Sometimes you have to do what you have never done before. You have to do something different. You have to start engaging yourself, maybe in a chain of prayer, praying for a partner. You have to start fasting about it. You have to wake up early in the morning, in the midnight, do something different. You know, um, for me, I believe in giving an offering specific for something. You can give an offering specifically for that, what you're praying for. So most of the time, if it is getting difficult, there may be some stumbling blocks along the way. So prayer can break some of those burdens that can be hindering you, those chains that can be holding you back. So for me, the answer for that one is take it to God, take it personal with God, and tell Him everything about it. He is the one who created man and woman. He knows the person who's right for you. If He could create a wife for Adam when he was the only man on earth, there was nobody else. Remember, he was the only one. If
Mm.
God could create a woman, a wife for him from nothing, from nowhere, then he surely can create someone for you. So don't give up hope. Don't quit easily. Many people quit easily. They can start something, maybe, I'm going to go on this prayer thing and maybe 21 days of fasting. 3 days, 4 days later, they already quit. So
Mm.
many people are quitters. That's why they never do things all the way to the end. So don't quit. Keep going. Keep pushing. The time will come and you'll be surprised.
Keep
Amen.
pushing. The time will come, and God will definitely surprise you. To
Yes,
those
He
who,
will.
to those who'd like to get in touch with you, how can they get in touch with you?
You can get in touch with me through email. My email is pamyourcoach@gmail.com. pamyourcoach@gmail.com. You can send me your requests, anything that you want. I'll be happy to answer you. I have a group on Facebook called Dating and Marriage God's Way. It's a I think we got a little interrupted. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Yeah, you can come
Okay.
again. The
Yes,
Facebook.
Facebook group Dating and Marriage God's Way. You can request to join and we'll join you in. I also have a page on Facebook which is called Coach Pam, and same page Coach Pam on Instagram. So you can get in touch with me. You can inbox me. We can talk. We can share. We can pray together.
Yes, thank you very much. That's Coach Pem all the way from the United States of America sharing with us tips for finding a life partner. We know that it can be difficult, and it's one of those difficult things to do, especially if you are becoming of age. Hence, we have invited her to come. What more shall we say apart from saying thank you so much for giving us your precious time, which is your precious possession, which is your time, and our viewers would like to thank you for joining in.
Yes, Coach Pam, before we let you go, can you kindly give us and our viewers homework
Okay.
in our
All
relationship?
right. So the homework that I would like to give our viewers today is that if you are looking for a life partner, start by writing it down. Take a piece of paper and a pen and write down exactly the kind of person you are looking for. Because some people don't even know what they want, what they are looking for. Write their characters, even their height, even their age. Be specific. Write these things down. Everything starts with writing things down. It's like your vision board. When you write that down, You can pray about it every morning or whatever specific time you choose. Start praying on that piece of paper, telling God, this is the kind of woman that I want. This is the kind of man that I want. And you leave everything in the hands of God. So that's your homework today. Go and write down the details of the partner that you're looking for. Yeah.
Go and put everything you want down. You have to be intentional of what you want. Because
Yes.
if you don't have what you want, you can just be,
take anything.
Yes, because if you do not have anywhere you are going, you can take any road. It leads you there.
Yes.
By the way, joining us right now on Further Together, if you have noticed on our Facebook page, there are questions that are there. So we're inviting you once in a while when you visit the page to contribute. It's just what you think, your knowledge, wisdom. We would want it. There are people who are sending questions. Some of them, they are right directed to us, and some they want to be, the people are just seeking opinion from the community. What do you think about this? How do you feel about that? So if you have time and you feel you have knowledge about this subject that probably we might be talking about on our Facebook page, please do not hesitate. It's not there to fail each other, but you're there to support each other as a community and Further Together.
Absolutely. Coach Pam, it has been an honor to have you on this platform. Thank you so much for sharing some of these tips. I know there are people that are married who are like, oh my God, I wish I knew this. I wish I had tips before I got married.
Yes.
But thank God that if you're watching and you're single, this is the information that you need to get the one that God has created for you. So thank you so much, Coach Pam, for being with us tonight.
And to our viewers, we'll appreciate it so much if you can share, because we are so much aware that there are some who come and watch it as a replay. Next week we are back again, and we'll be having a powerful couple. They're kind of crazy, They're I don't know whether their mind. Their mind. So next week we're having a crazy couple here. Come join us as you'll be hearing their testimony. Till we meet again, for me and my wife Priscilla, we're signing out. We love you all. God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you, everyone.